We are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Main Event Podcast. It looks like Sean happened to freeze up right at the beginning, which kind of sucks. Great. Just what we wanted for a podcast with the original host, Sean. I will try and get him back in here. I am Robbie Diltz, and our guest is Matt Gough today.
Hello.
Technically Sean's going to be the one asking the questions today, but I have a couple of questions that I will ask you as soon as Sean gets back. A couple of questions that I kind of missed in Big Rob's Little Podcast, and of course Sean's trying to call me. So just give me a second here, guys. Trying to figure this out.
Robbie?
Yeah, so Sean is having some technical difficulties. He's resetting his Wi-Fi router right now. I guess I can start with asking you the questions I wanted to ask you. So what made you get into wrestling?
I got into wrestling when I was 8 years old. I went over to Spencer's house. Everyone knows my old tag team partner Spencer, and he ordered SummerSlam 2007, and I had never watched. He was a wrestling fan before I was. Yeah, he had SummerSlam 2007, and he invited me to come over and watch it with him, and I was instantly hooked from that moment on. Like Rey Mysterio, it was the big selling point for that pay-per-view was like Rey Mysterio's return from injury. And the first time I saw Rey Mysterio, I was like blown away.
Oh,
There you go.
Sean's back.
Hey, I'm back. There you go.
Yeah, cool. So wow, 2007, eh?
Yep.
10 years you've been a wrestling fan.
Yep.
All right.
Wow.
My next question that I wanted to ask you, what advice would you have for anyone who wants to get into wrestling?
Some advice that I would have for people trying to get into wrestling would be to just stick it out and keep training consistently and you also have to have very thick skin in order to take all the criticism that comes with it. So that's basically the advice I would give is like don't stop. Don't let anything bring you down and just keep going because if you want it bad enough, you will be able to succeed.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
No problem.
Take it over to Sean.
All right. This past weekend, there was 2 wrestling events, one in Port Colborne and one in St. Catharines. So your thoughts on the Port Colborne show, Matt?
The Port Colborne show. It was a good show. I think it was a good show. Wish I could have done better in that battle royal, but minor nitpick.
Yeah.
And the NWX show. My personal opinion, I think I had a great match with Andre Amasidia. I'm still very upset as to how the match actually ended with Ryan Swift costing me the match, but you know what? That's okay. I will get my revenge on Ryan Swift soon enough for that. But other than that, I think NWX was a great show.
Okay. So your thoughts on the whole Patsy Blue and Clayton Sherlock feud that's going on right now?
I think they had a really, really good match at the show, and Patsy Blue getting attacked by Giselle Shaw after the match. I think that was great. I personally enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to seeing that match on October 14th. It should be really good.
Yeah, I can't wait till the next event. Yeah, that'll be really good. All right. What are your thoughts on Matthew Mounty?
Matthew Mounty. I'm a big fan of Matthew Mounty personally. I was personally hoping for Matthew Mounty to become the first ever 2-time NWX champion last Sunday. Yeah, last Sunday I was hoping for Matthew Mounty to become the first ever 2-time NWX champion, but of course that did not happen. But I'm sure Matthew Mounty will get the title back eventually.
Okay. There's a lot of fans out there that think that Matthew Mounty is a Canadian disgrace. So I got my, as you can probably see, my sign back there. So
Yep.
all right, your thoughts on Andre?
Andre Amasidia is a really tough opponent, but in my opinion, had Ryan Swift not interfered, I would have beaten him. There's no doubt in my mind, and there shouldn't be a doubt in anyone's mind that I would have beaten him had Ryan Swift not interfered. He is a great athlete. He is a fantastic athlete. He is a great wrestler, but he was not better than me. I would have beaten him, and if anyone thinks otherwise, I don't know what match they were watching.
All right. What's next for Matt Gough at NX?
But what's next for me is I want to get my revenge on Ryan Swift. That's priority number one. But after I'm finished with Ryan Swift, like I said on Big Rob's little podcast, I want to go for the NWX Championship after I finish getting my respect and getting my revenge from Ryan Swift.
All right. Okay. I want to thank you for taking your time out to be on this podcast today, Matt.
Oh, no problem.
All right. Do you have anything else to add, Robbie? Or
Yeah, NWX is good for sure. Sean and I hopefully will make it out to the 14th for NWX Rage Against Authority.
Yep.
And then the next event after that, which would be Hunting on Heart Soul, which last night I called it Halloween Havoc just because, it's what I was thinking at the time. It's a Halloween event. But yeah, no, I think that's it. So
if you could choose one,
What?
If you could choose one opponent to have a dream match against, what would that be?
Any opponent, anywhere?
Yeah.
I would probably choose AJ Styles because, like, the first time I didn't start watching TNA until 2012. And when I first started watching TNA, I was just blown away by AJ Styles. Like, everything about him was just amazing to me. I was completely blown away, so I would love to wrestle AJ Styles. And I'd also like to I'd also would mind wrestling Rey Mysterio and Jeff Hardy because those are the two guys who got me into wrestling in the first place. So I would love to wrestle those guys. But yeah, Rey Mysterio, Jeff Hardy, AJ Styles. Those would definitely be my top three.
All right. That's pretty cool. All right. Okay. Thanks for being on this podcast tonight.
No problem.
Until next time. Thanks, guys.
yeah, this has been the Main Event Podcast.
Main Event Podcast. Yep.